Good morning, guys. It's Monday morning. It's President's Day, which for me, working for the state of New York, they like to give us every holiday off, and I am not mad about it. So I'm here today observing President's Day, aka throw your hair in a big ass pineapple bun and wear some sweatpants. This girl's taken herself to the spa today. I always feel guilty when I book this stuff, especially like I feel better about it if Jason comes with me, even though we're spending double the money. I just feel less guilty, but I don't know, I've been training really hard and I'm gonna be traveling to LA and then Ohio, and I just feel like a day of a little bit of hampering will be good for me. I'm trying to not get sick because a lot of traveling gets a lot of people sick from these expos and things like that. Just being on an airplane too. I digress. What I was gonna say is with my sister working at the spa at the casino, I'm actually not getting a massage, but I do get they do like a friends and family type deal, so I can capitalize on that. And I'm going at 9 a.m. I have a facial. So I'm going to be keeping this shit fresh all day. Should be a little glowy afterwards. I do look particularly tired today because I didn't sleep well last night. So it's rather good that I do have the day off today, but I think I slept too much the night before and then caffeinated yesterday on top of it and didn't work out. So I it's like I was too rested with all this caffeine in me. Jason and I went for a walk, but it wasn't enough, I think, to utilize the caffeine and how well rested I was. And sometimes after Walking Dead, I can't fall asleep either. I need mindless things to help me fall asleep. So anyways, rather tired today, but perfect day to go treat myself. So I already went to the gym and worked out. I would kind of like to go back a little bit later to either do a little bit more, maybe some yoga, but I don't know. I know the day's gonna creep by quick. I tend to fill my days off with a lot of busy stuff. So I'm gonna go to the spa for a couple hours, probably 3 hours to be honest with you. And then might run a couple errands while I'm out and about and just get it done and come back home. Oh, but I do need to eat something quick before I go, and I need to get there early. You know, my sister's always like, Kara, don't be late, because then it kind of looks bad on her, you know, because I'm her sister, and she knows me. Sorry for the lighting change. And I'm just late in life, and I've learned to accept and appreciate that about myself, but it doesn't always look well. So I try not to be late for appointments. So I think I'm just gonna do something quick. I don't want anything heavy in my stomach when I'm walking around in a robe. So I might just do a protein shake and some oatmeal. I don't know, I'm gonna keep it basic and I'm gonna get myself to the salon for a little facial. So excited, it's gonna rejuvenate me. And with facials too, they also do give you a little light massage, and I don't know if I can vlog in there. I'll see. Excited. Don't forget to treat yourself, people. Also bringing with me my bathing suit, this little Volcom bikini that Jason actually bought this for me when we were in Vegas for the Olympia. Bringing that because I'm also going to utilize the hot tub and maybe swim a little bit too. And I'm just going to have some oats. I'm going to add a little cinnamon to it, and then some of the Simply Ground peanut butter. That's super good. And I think I'm just going to have a no-bake cookie protein shake. Is that what I want? That's so hard. There's so many flavors to choose from. So I'm going to eat my oatmeal quickly and then just take my shake with me to go. And I'll be on my way for my appointment. In my mind, I'm going to have this American apple pie, MTS way. Haven't had this in forever. Kind of prefer it more for baking, but 3 grams of fat, 3 carbs, 25 protein, some calciums in there, and you're good to go. I look straight up crazy now, but I just got out of the spa, had my facial, that was super amazing. Very relaxing, cleared out all my pores. They put steam on your face. She extracted all this junk from my nose. Sounds disgusting, but it was awesome. And I used the hot tub and I got my toesies done. And it was good. I'm like super extra tired now, so maybe doing that first thing in the morning wasn't ideal, but it's a day off, so I can be like relaxed all day, so it's kind of a good thing. I'm stopping into Walmart right now to grab a couple things for lunch. I'm gonna do a refeed day today. I kind of just decided last minute that I was gonna do one. I haven't really been incorporating them since I've been tracking macros. I've been tracking macros now for 3 weeks, but just been feeling really tired and worn out the past few days, so I think it would be good to bump up my carbs today. So I'm gonna go into Walmart and I don't know what I'm gonna grab, but I need a soda because I need a little caffeine. I don't want to go overboard, so I'm just gonna get a soda for a little caffeine and then some carbos. You ever get so tired like you don't even want to drive home? Like you'd rather just like sit in a Walmart parking lot and vlog? Anyone? It's gonna be okay. Just need a full night's sleep. Back home from Walmart, and I ended up grabbing just some turkey burger for Jason. Eggs, because we're out of eggs. Not positive if I'm gonna eat this today, but I grabbed this kale cranberry pecan kind of salad in a bag. Complete salad deal. I got the garden tomato and basil Quaker rice cakes that my sister told me about, and she was raving about them. And these ones are too fat, but 8 carbs, and sodium isn't bad either. So those, I grabbed some of the little 100-calorie guac packs to put on top of that. I'm sipping on my Coke Zero for some caffeine. Carbs coming at me and some cinnamon checks. And then I randomly also grabbed some new utensils. Not a big set, but Jason and I beat ours up pretty bad, so it was kind of my impulse Walmart buy. What's up, guys? So I did not end up filming anything else yesterday, mostly because I had nothing else to film. Getting spa services first thing in the morning sets you up to be almost a little too relaxed the rest of the day. So I spent the day basically doing my refeed and laying on the couch watching Netflix. Although I did get some cleaning done, but nothing very vlog worthy. So it's now Tuesday night, I'm home from work, and something I wanted to talk to you guys about, or talk to a camera about, is thinking about competing, to get right down to it. And those of you that follow me on Snapchat would see I had posted a show I was looking at to compete or not to compete. And I've kind of been going back and forth in my head a lot about it today, and I have a lot of thoughts that I haven't actually put down anywhere concise, so I'm just going to use this video to blab. Not necessarily because I'm looking for any of you guys to tell me, like, Kara, you should do this or you should do that, because ultimately, you know, I obviously have to make my decision based on me, but more so because I think it'll help me even, like, looking back to this video, and you guys do always provide good suggestions for things to think about or you put things in a way that help me kind of analyze it a little bit more, because that's what I like to do. I like to analyze. So that's a big problem of mine, actually. I analyze too much. So anyways, you guys know with my pro card, to maintain it and keep it, I was supposed to compete within a year. That whole thing stressed me out, that I kind of removed that from my head. You know, I kind of felt like I work so hard and I have to compete in order to keep this pro card, this pro status. And so it's been almost a year. It'll be a year and a couple months. So it's been like 10 months. And I am not competing within the year. But I had contacted the organization a while back when I knew I wasn't competing right after, and asked them if they were okay with extending it a bit if I was to compete in like a spring, summer show. And at that time they said they were okay with it. So the thought has been lingering in my mind more recently because we're approaching spring, summer, and the show that I was looking at that's somewhat localish for me is in June. We're now almost ending February, and it like just hit me this week. I'm like, oh crap, I kind of need to nail down and decide what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna do it or not, because truly when I look at like the WNBF, this would be the only show I'd be interested in. There are shows somewhat near me in the fall, but I believe they probably wouldn't let me compete in them at that point. I'd probably have to qualify again, which would be fine. But I'm at the point now where I need to make the decision whether I'm going to compete or not. So I've been asking myself some questions, and I thought I'd talk about the pros and cons with competing. I honestly didn't think I was even going to entertain this idea that we're discussing right now whatsoever. I felt like I, kind of got the idea of competing out of my head for a while and really not lost my passion for it, but I was just kind of like, I'm good. Like, I feel like I've done, what I wanted to do with this, and I'm okay with that. Have been okay with it. I've been okay with the idea of not competing. I feel okay with the fact, if I lose my pro status or what have you, I'm like totally good with all that. So none of this is an effort to like maintain that, to be honest with you. It's really just starting to kind of get that itch for competing, which happens when it's like more common to compete. Like right now, there's a lot of people prepping, so you see it more, you think about it more. For any competitors watching this, you may, relate to that when you start seeing people compete and things like that. You start to be like, ooh, that looks kind of interesting again. I have to say, like, I truly feel really good about where I'm at in my life right now. I feel really good about myself, I should say. Like, that takes a lot for me to feel really good about myself and really confident and proud. Like, proud of my body, like, proud of how I feel. And I feel like there was a bit of time where part of me wanting to compete was me wanting to maintain that lean physique. It was me wanting to maintain that small person, the leaner version of Kara. And so it's been really cool for me this past year to like really kind of grow as a person and really develop myself as a person and my self-worth for more than that, and it's been really great. So I kind of never really thought I would have wanted to compete again, but I think it's actually a good sign, the fact that I feel this way, that I do want to compete, that I have thoughts of wanting to compete. I haven't made up my mind, but what I mean by all this rambling is just the fact that part of my thought process with wanting to compete has nothing to do with getting lean. It has nothing to do with getting shredded or trying to maintain that or to get rid of this body that I'm in, because I'm really happy with my body. I'm really happy with my training and my nutrition and everything I'm doing. Me competing would have nothing to do with wanting to maintain that physique. It honestly doesn't interest me, and it really shouldn't in competing. But me wanting to compete, there's no motivation there because of getting lean, to be honest with you. A lot of downsides come with being lean, which are some of my concerns. The low energy that comes with prep. Feeling like you have such low energy, you can't do the things you want to do, and I feel like I have so much going on right now in my life. I always have a lot going on, but I feel like I'm in a point in my life where I'm developing my career, and I want to continue to do that, and I need to have the energy to continue to do that. So that's a definite downside with competing. Other obvious downsides are just, the freedom with food choices, being able to just like go out and meet up with friends, have some drinks, go out to dinner. I feel like I make good choices in those scenarios. However, they're not really ideal during prep, right? So it would be 3 months essentially of giving all that up. Now, the next 3 months of my life after I go to LA and the Arnold, I don't really have anything going on in terms of events. I don't have any events going on. I really would like my summer to not be prepping or shredding or cutting or anything like that. So I kind of like the timeline of June to prep, compete, and then reverse out of it, you know, and just get myself back to maintenance as quickly as possible and focus on being strong as fuck. And, you know, so I kind of like that timeline. Let's see, other downsides. Obviously just giving up certain foods right now. Like, you know, I would definitely follow a macros approach, but there'd be certain foods that wouldn't be ideal to eat because you're dealing with lower macros. You need to be smart about your choices. I wouldn't have that flexibility like I have right now. But again, that's temporary. Some of the pros would be a huge pro, although Jason does this for me if I want him to, but Jason would absolutely cook all my meals, which I know shredded Jesus' goals. He's very great about helping me with my food. I have, you know, Jason's so super supportive. It makes it like really easy to prep. I'm not gonna lie. Like he really helps me out when I have a goal. He's always done everything he can to support me in that goal. So I won't go on too much more, else I'll probably start crying like a foolio. So he would cook for me. The other thing too, sometimes he cleans for me too. Actually, a lot of times he cleans, but he really helps out with resuming some of those responsibilities so that my energy can be, you know, spared for prep, which at the same rate is a downside because I feel like it's almost not fair to him that so much of my focus has to be on prep versus our relationship. You know, like I don't feel like it takes away from our relationship at all. We have really good communication. But I also feel bad, you know, it's time consuming for both of us. It's not just me, it's him. When I prep, he's prepping essentially. Like it impacts both of our lives. So that's something to think about. Other positives, I think for me personally, just the fact that, like I said, when I competed before, like last year, my goal, like my focus those last 2 years of my competing was turning into a natural bikini pro. And so that was it. That was my why. That was my vision. That vision isn't there anymore. I achieved that goal. And with going into a pro show, for me, it would truly just be saying and being part of that show and competing at that show. Like, it's not that I don't have a desire, but I'm not at that place where I am like cutthroat, like I'm gonna prep and I'm gonna get first place at my first pro show. Like, I honestly don't care. Like, I don't care. It's not motivating to me whatsoever to think about it in that context, like to go out there and be super competitive and want to get first or, you know, win a minimal cash prize. Like, none of that's motivating to me. I think more of the motivation for me is just the fact that I am in such a good place to do this. Like, I'm just in a really good place to do it and to come out of it in a better place than what I did last year. That comes with a little fear of repeating the cycle of last year, but I know that wouldn't happen because I have learned so much about myself over the past year, so much of myself that I know that I wouldn't be in the same spot. I wouldn't allow myself to be in the same spot because there was a lot that I was just kind of hiding almost. So yeah, those are some of the pros, some of the cons. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to talk it through with you guys. I truly haven't made my mind up one way or the other. And I know some of you may even say, well, girl, if you're unsure, then you're probably not ready to do it. And I do have to decide fairly soon. But I kind of just want to let things marinate for the week. You know, I'm, currently still like cutting my macros a bit. I'm training hard and things like that. So it's not like I'm laying around doing nothing. I'm still actively and have been actively working on my own personal fitness goals. But I think I just need to let it marinate for a week. I'd like to hear maybe your input on how you decide. Thinking about your why is obviously really important, but it's also really good to think about before you commit to something like this, all that comes along with it, the good and the bad throughout prep and after prep. That's something you need to think about, like what's life going to look like after the fact, and is all this going to be worth it? And So yeah, that's a lot of what's going on in my mind. I'm not sure. So I think that's it. I can't think of anything else right now. That was kind of all that's on my mind with that. So comment below what you guys think. Obviously, if I did prep, I would do some kind of prep series. With that, before I forget, I'm like zoning here. It was a long day at work, so I'm a little sleepy. I am offering a discount on my 12-week to Bikini Pro program, which is on my website, karacorey.com. Go there now and check it out. I am offering a $50 off discount, which is pretty big. It's going to be a limited time only. Not actually sure how long I'm going to keep that going for. It really kind of depends, so I would hurry up and go now. You guys can check it out. All you need to do is enter in Kara discount, and that'll give you the $50 off that program. So I've had a couple people email me and ask me if that program includes one-to-one coaching. It does not. This is a program that it will substitute for having a coach. Coaches are extremely expensive, so for those of you that are self-motivated and want to know all the ins and outs of what it takes to compete from start to finish, and I even take you beyond finish in this program, also talk about the reverse dieting aspect, touch on a lot of great stuff in there. So if you're interested, take advantage now. It's not going to be offered that long, so go there, check it out. And if you have feedback, if you do sign up for it and have feedback, I'd love to get some feedback on it. Shoot me an email and let me know how you guys enjoy the program. So be sure to check that out and keep checking back for more. I will possibly have another video. If not, I will see you guys in LA.